I'm Becky, the spiritual healer.
And I'm Yolo, the spiritual minister for Bridging Duality Spiritual Healing Center, or BDSHC for short. BDSHC is a nonprofit, non-denominational organization that is dedicated to providing resources for those seeking a stronger connection to God and are looking for spiritual guidance, support, and healing.
We help bridge the duality of the physical world and the spirit world to help people heal their connection with God so they can spiritually transform and experience more peace, joy, and love in their life.
We offer spiritual therapy sessions, energy therapy sessions, chakra alignments, and retreats for healing. If you go to our website, you can see our events and classes. BDSHC is donation-based, so we do not charge to attend our services or workshops. Our goal is to help people, but to continue helping people, we do rely on donations.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open the God box. And so remember, we do this each time so that anytime during our message tonight, something comes up for you that you are ready to let go of, you're going to throw it into the God box. And this could be feelings, energy, thoughts, beliefs, anything that you are just like, oh, okay, that makes sense, I want to get rid of it. We are going to throw it in there, and then at the very end, we are going to close this up, and we're going to give everything up to God to be fully released for us. All right. So let's connect in so we are better able to receive tonight's message. I invite you to close your eyes, starting to focus on your breathing. Lengthening your inhales and your exhales. Softening your shoulders. Noticing the sensations in the body as the breath of life flows in and out. Centering yourself within. Grounding into this moment. And gently opening your eyes, ready to receive. Yolo's got a great message for us tonight.
All right, thank you for that, Becky. Today we're talking about grounding to earth, God, and love. So spiritually grounding refers to the process of connecting to the present moment to achieve inner stability, peace, and a sense of rootedness. It involves finding balance between the physical and spiritual realms, which helps in maintaining emotions, achieving clarity, and fostering a deeper connection to a higher purpose or truth. Grounding to earth is important for humans in both a physical, mental, and spiritual way. And here's why. Physically grounding to earth helps our electrical balance. Just like cars and houses need grounding for safety, our bodies also conduct electricity. The earth carries a natural negative charge. Our bodies carry positive ions. And when we connect to earth by walking barefoot, lying in the grass, touching the soil, working in our garden, it can help neutralize excessive positive charges or free radicals in the body. Emerging research and evidence suggests that direct physical contact with the earth can have some health benefits as well, such as potentially reducing inflammation, improving sleep, lowering pain, improving mood, reducing stress, and also helping with sleep. There's a lot of science behind all of this information, but here is a brief explanation of that. The Earth's surface is negatively charged during fair weather. This charge is consistently replenished by global lightning strikes or from thunderstorms, which transfer electrons to the ground, while the atmosphere accumulates positive ions, maintaining a continuous global electrical circuit. The Earth's electrical field affects the body primarily through negative air ions. Physically, grounding helps the nervous system and regulation of the body. Contact with the ground helps to calm the nervous system, reducing that fight or flight response and promoting relaxation. Also, grounding to earth helps us to have better sleep and circulation. Grounding has been linked to improved sleep quality and more balanced circadian rhythms, as well as supporting blood flow. Matter of fact, they started making the sheets for the bed, the grounding sheets for beds, and also you can buy grounding mats also to sit on or put under your feet. Grounding to earth helps us emotionally and mentally. Grounding helps anchor your awareness to the present moment, and being present can ease anxiety, racing thoughts, or overwhelm. It gives us a sense of returning to center when life feels chaotic. Grounding helps harmonize the physical body with your spiritual and emotional states. My son asked me why I am barefoot when I teach or minister, and told me that it might be a good idea for me to explain that in my bridges. I loved the reminder from him because it is something I don't even think about. Often Spirit tells me to remove my shoes, and I just do it and continue on. Removing my shoes and being barefoot brings me back to center. God is the creator and the center of everything. Removing my shoes opens me up to flow, reducing and releasing blocks between me and God, because it brings me back to the present. It helps me release any of my racing thoughts, stress, or anxiety, and helps me focus on what I'm doing in that present moment. These are just a few of the benefits that research is finding when it comes to grounding, but there's so much more. In short, grounding is important because it keeps us healthy, calm, and connected to the present moment. Can we ground to anything other than the earth? Yes. I ground my physical body to the earth. However, I ground to God and love as well. Grounding to God means anchoring yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your spirit in God's presence, rather than being swept away by ego, fear, distractions, or outside influences. It's like finding your stability, strength, and identity, not in the circumstances, but in God. Here are just a few layers of what that can mean. When we ground to God, it helps us spiritually. Just as grounding to earth connects you to natural energy, grounding to God connects you to divine energy, wisdom, and love. It is choosing to settle your mind and heart in God's truth rather than in your own ego, doubts, or the chaos around you. Grounding mentally and emotionally to God helps when anxiety or fear arise. Grounding to God means returning to His presence for calm and reassurance. Instead of defining yourself by external approval, when you ground to God, you ground in who God says you are, His beloved child. Grounding keeps you open to God's will. So your decisions are rooted in love rather than impulse. So what are some ways that we can ground to God? Well, we can use our intention, having faith, believe, and state out loud or in your head that you are grounded to God and are one with God. Renew this intention several times a day. Carry a prayer in your heart at all times, centering your heart through stillness or conversation with God. or your divine team. Using affirmations. When your mind starts spiraling and you need to bring it back to God, and affirmations can help. Shifting focus from yourself and your struggles and taking it back to God and being in His presence and love. Breathing deeply while silently inviting God's Spirit to ground you. And you can also serve others. This will help bring you back into alignment with God's will. In essence, to ground to God means standing firm in the divine as your foundation. So no matter what shakes around you, your spirit remains steady, centered, and nourished. I mentioned earlier that I not only ground to earth and God, I also ground to love. Have you ever heard of grounding to love? Well, what does it mean to ground to love? To ground to love means making love your foundation, the place you return to for balance, safety, and guidance. Instead of being ruled by ego, fear, anger, or insecurity, you root yourself in love so that everything you think, feel, and do flows from love. So here's what grounding to love looks like. Love is the essence of God. Grounding to love means connecting yourself to God's unconditional love that never wavers. Grounding to love reminds you that you are safe, valued, and not alone. When grounding in love, even difficult situations can be approached with compassion instead of reactivity. When you're grounded to love, you are grounded to the truth that you are love. And you are loved. Instead of grounding in shame, guilt, or fear, or things of ego. Love grounds you in truth that we are all interconnected. And it removes ego's belief of separation and judgment. Being grounded to love helps us recognize that we are all brothers and sisters and know that we are God's children. It can help us to make choices to be kind to everyone, even when it seems to be challenging in the moment. Jesus tells us to love your neighbor as yourself, and that can be hard to do if we view ourselves as separate. But as we ground to love and know that not only are we interconnected, we are all brothers and sisters. And the commandment to love your neighbor as yourself becomes easier to understand and follow. It means your actions will naturally become more supportive, uplifting, and connected to others. So how do we ground to love? You can place your hand on your heart. Breathe slowly and silently repeat, I return to love. I am love. I share love. You can set your intention to be grounded to love and renew this intention several times a day, especially in moments of difficulty or challenge. Focus on gratitude. It helps anchor you in the love of God. Small gestures can keep you rooted in love's flow. Are you showing yourself love as well as showing others love? Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm light of love that fills you and steadies you. And again, you can use affirmations when your mind starts spiraling to help bring you back to love. The physical body needs earth. The spiritual body needs God, and both the body and the spirit need love. Because we have a physical body, we need the earth. It helps balance our electrical circuits. Mother Earth is powerful. Her healing powers are incredible. She provides us with all the nutrients, shelters that our body needs, and provides us with serenity, beauty, and so much more. Just as our body needs to ground to earth, our minds and soul need to ground to God, love, or both? I want to talk about releasing now because it's related to grounding. First, what is releasing? Releasing is letting go of stress, distractions, negativity, negative emotions, or low vibrations in order to achieve a higher vibration and a better connection to God, and in turn gain more peace and joy. Everyone releases whether you know it or not. Do you ever sigh? It's a form of release. Our body is unconsciously trying to blow out whatever's clogging it up or condensing it. Whether it's negativity or low vibrations of any type, we need to release it. It is unhealthy to carry it around. Matter of fact, our body will try to get rid of it for us in several different forms, including crying and sighing. There is an exchange of energy when we ground, whether it be to earth, God, or love. When we release the low vibrations and negativity from our body and put it somewhere else, not keep it, but put it somewhere else, so that we can expand into more love, joy, and happiness. Mother Earth has already taken so much. Much of the world releases into or onto Mother Earth. We are seeing the effects every day as Mother Earth does her own releasing through volcanoes and earthquakes. Think of Mother Earth just as you would your physical body. Your body can only take so much pressure before it collapses, and in Mother Earth's case, she explodes and trembles. Think of it like this. If you need to throw out the trash, does it just disappear? No, you have to put it somewhere. You put it in a trash can. And then you take the trash can out so that the trash person can pick it up. And then they take it to be dealt with appropriately. The same needs to be done when we release. As we use Mother Earth to complete our physical electrical current, in turn, it helps Earth be more balanced. It's a give and take with us and Earth. She takes our imbalance of positive ions and gives us the negative ions that we need. Let's not clog up Mother Earth with more negativity and low vibrations. Let's release all that needs to be released and give it up to God instead of giving it to Earth. When we ground to God, we also complete a circuit, an energetic circuit. God is with us, in us, always. But the energetic circuit becomes complete when we activate it by recognizing and intentionally connecting or grounding to God. The infinite creator of everything provides us with means to release everything we need to release. God is powerful, and in a twinkling of an eye, God can transmute and transform everything you release. But first, you have to want to release. You have to be willing to let go and give it all away instead of trying to control it all yourself or hanging on to the stress, trauma, burdens, negativity, or low vibrations. Use the God box. Throw everything that is condensing you and bringing you down. Don't throw in surface level things, though you can do that as well, but actually get down to the root of what is causing the ego, burdens, trauma, stress, negativity, or low vibrations. Let it all go, and then close the God box and hand it to God and ask that everything be transmuted and transformed into love and light. Remember, releasing helps to restore balance. Several times a day, state your intention to be grounded to God and love so that God can complete your energetic circuit, bringing you back into alignment and fill you with even more love, God energy, and the highest vibrations. Take your shoes off and feel the physical connection to Mother Earth and allow the currents to flow through you, through your physical body, and bring you back to the present. It is only in the present that you will find peace. And it is so. And so it is. And I'm going to turn the time back over to Becky for some expansion.
Thank you, Yolo. It's helpful to have options for grounding because for some people, like my son, grounding to earth just doesn't feel good. It doesn't resonate. So if you've tried it and it doesn't feel good for you, give it a try with grounding to God or grounding to God's love. So softly closing the eyes again. Deepening the breaths. Going within. Reflecting on those different ways to ground. To God, God's love, or something else that resonates. Choosing to ground to this energy at this time. Focusing on this energy. Allowing it to fill you. Giving anything that is not yours or no longer serving you to this energy. Allowing it to raise your vibration and to keep you connected to the present, where God or Source resides. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and coming back into this space.
All right. Now we are going to do some affirmation statements. Affirmation statements are very powerful. Be aware of what you attach to your I am. It's a very powerful tool. So I'm going to say an I am statement, and you're going to repeat after me or write it down on a piece of paper and say them to yourselves later. I am one with God.
I am one with God.
I am grounded to God and love.
I am grounded to God and love.
I am grounded to God.
I am grounded to God.
I am grounded to love.
I am grounded to love.
I am love.
I am love.
I am grounded and connected to the divine.
I am grounded and connected to the divine.
I am protected and supported by God, love, and Mother Earth. I am grounded and supported by God, love, and Mother Earth. I am grounded and activated.
I am grounded and activated.
God's energy flows through me, and I am guided in all I do. God's energy flows through me, and I am guided in all I do. I am present.
I am present.
I release all my fears into the God box and trust that I am always safe. I release all my fears into the God box and trust that I am always safe. You can say whichever one of these resonates with you or say all of them. It is your choice. I'm going to turn the time over to Becky to close the God box.
So remember, at home, you can do this on your own. You don't have to wait for a bridge service to do this. Just open up an energetic box And so we're going to go ahead and close this up. And everything in there, we're trusting that as we release this, we're going to give it to God, and that God, with love and gratitude, is going to transmute it, transform it into love energy, light energy for us. And leaving within us that energy that we grounded to. So, thank you, God, for your guidance today. We know that our peace is in the present moment. We ask for your help in staying grounded to the present. We are grateful for your signs and reminders that bring us back to the moment. Please help us to ground and uplift those around us so we may all be more at peace. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you for being here. You are loved.
Sending you love and light so you can build your bridge.